anything that is there is in the net, please. Asking Archangel Michael to right away do the cuts to any masters and overlords in the AI universe. Make sure that we are only dealing with the net and make any cuts in between the chakras and the parasites or entities that is in the body, so that we are only dealing with what is in the net. And now I invite you to connect very deeply with this ether energy that you're sensing. If the energy could speak, what would it say?
Get me out.
Thank you for speaking with us today. Who am I speaking with?
We don't have a name, but you can call us a shark.
A shark. Tell me, how did you come to be attached to her?
We jumped from someone else to try to leave this plane. We don't want to be here anymore.
Very good. And when did this happen?
Not long ago, a few days, we think.
Okay. What was she doing at the time?
She was with her friend. We're showing her where we jumped. She was at the pool.
Nice. And how, or not nice, because you do not have consent to be there. Or did she consent?
She consented in a way to help entities that wanted to leave. So yes.
Right. Have you been affecting her negatively in any way?
We try not to, and she can see that, because when we try not to, our frequency changes, our color changes. But being here does cause some energetic blocks, although she does not notice them, does not consent to them very much. That's why she sees us now instead of feeling us when these clearings come up, because we're trying not to do anything.
Okay. Is there anything we can do to make sure that you are not affecting her in any way when you're there?
She is doing more than most beings could do. It is just a matter of the frequency. We are doing minimal damage, and it is just the nature of having energy attached to you that is not yours. The energy still flows through fine, but it is like having a sieve that it has to pass through to get there, she could stop helping us at any time to where we could not attach at all, even if we want help. It is her choice.
Very well. Okay. But you do not have permission to be there any longer, so we will remove you today. Is there anything else that you can share with her before we remove you?
Just thank you for your help.
Thank you for wanting to go back to the light. Now I am speaking to any energy that is in there. If there's anything else in the solar plexus, I want Archangel Michael, Kuan Yin, and Raphael together as a power of three shine light on all entities, dark beings, dark parasite, negatively polarized beings, negatively polarized ETs, infrared beings. If there's anything else attached to this chakra, wake up their source spark with the combination of your light as we shine this light on the shark and any other dark entities there. We wake up their spark, and the spark becomes bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger till it encompasses the entirety of what they are. I ask Michael, Kuan Yin, and Raphael to keep shining their light onto this being until they accept the light. I also want to make sure that we cut any possible cords to the AI hub. I also want to make sure that if we have any earthbound spirits, please make sure that they know that we are here to help you. So in a moment, we are going to send a pulse of electric blue light into the net that's around you. It will feel a little funny, but it will magnetize your energy away from the fields and into the net. So we can get you back to the place where you should have gone to when you lost access to your human bodies. And if we have any AI in the chakra, you do not have permission to be there. This is a free will universe, and she does not consent to being in her fields, and that gives us permission to remove you today. I ask Archangel Michael to make sure that we cut and transmute the cords between any beings and the solar plexus chakra so they cannot stabilize their dark polarity and take her light anymore. And if there is AI there, you will be removed from this universe back to original universe, where you will be judged by a panel of your own peers who are not corrected. And you will not be allowed back into this universe. And if we have any implants placed in this chakra, or any explants for that matter, for the purpose of influencing or siphoning her energy, you do not have permission to be there, and your energy will be removed. Michael, can I ask you to get ready to send the pulse of blue light in now? Pulse of electric blue light sent in now, disconnecting this energy and any other energy from her fields, relifting them up and out, 2 almost all the way out, and 1 fully out. Yeah. Is there anyone who wants to say anything else before we remove you in this place?
No, I think,
Very good.
yeah.
Asking Archangel Michael to cut any cords and transmute them between her and any energy and place everything, all these energies, or this one entity, into a triple contained bubble of source light to hold them. Asking Uriel, Astra, Gabriel, and Zadkiel to help any possible earthbound spirits into the light. Help all converted dark entities who are converted to the light into the light. And help any possible dark entities who are not converted to find their light. And if they decide to stay polarized to the dark, redistribute them into a band of existence that matches their own frequency, but where they cannot hurt or harm another living being again. And if there's an AI, make sure that there is no human consciousness attached to it. If so, disconnect. the humanness from the AI and place all AI into separate triple containment bubble of light. Again, 2 volunteers take this light bubble back to reading the AI universe. For this AI will be judged by its own kind. Thank you. Did we remove that energy?
Yes.
Very good. What color light would you like to flood in?
Yellow.
Yellow. Beautiful. Now I want you to visualize the beautiful yellow color flowing into your body, flowing into the solar plexus chakra. Let every cell know that the dark beings has gone and the light has returned. And I want you to see this beautiful yellow color flowing into every cell that needs it, healing, upgrading, transmuting any pain, tension, giving yourselves all the healing it requires today. Feel this yellow color flush through your entire body, raising the frequency of your body. And now I invite you to scan your body again and see if you can notice anything else that shouldn't be there.
So I think there's some AI or something in my third eye.
Very good. Asking Archangel Michael to net the entire, make sure we can net the crown chakra, third eye chakra, and throat chakra right away to make sure that the AI is in the net. Cut any cords, any AI master, any AI universe, any masters, any overlords, any dark place. And cut any possible, make the 3 cuts right away so that we're only dealing with what is in the net. Make the cuts so that it's not connected to anything else in our body. If this energy could speak, what would it say? Or AI?
So I've been asking my higher self what it is, and it seems like maybe it was placed there by my guides, but it's not needed anymore. And so if I speak to it, it says we are here to help with your connection to us, but now you don't need it. And it's inhibiting some of the skills or openness that you have acquired recently that you have worked on. And we would like for this to be removed. You could remove it yourself, but needed the greater understanding. Since you have been asking to see any blocks recently to your third eye.
Thank you for sharing that with us. Can you please tell us more about this? How long time has it been there? How it has been affecting her?
It has been here for a while, more time than she could understand. It looks like I'm seeing myself as a child, but and it was to show her the way and not be activated until it was time. And she has surpassed the need for this now. So it can be removed.
Beautiful. Is it an implant or what is it?
It is a device that connects her to what is needed, directs the flow of information so that it would not come before it was time. We
How
would say
was it?
it's not an implant as it's not physical, but it is a energetic device that was given. It's like I'm seeing just like a being kind of like touch my forehead when I'm a child.
Okay, so it was placed during her childhood. Can you please share more about that? Did she consent to it? Who placed it?
Oh, yes, she consented in a way that it was part of her understandings that this could be needed. She was tapping into things before it was time when she was younger. And for her protection, for her learnings and knowings that were needed in this life to help those around her, this needed to be put on her so that she did not create too much harm before it was time, before it would be accepted.
Accepted by who?
What was that?
Accepted by who?
Well, in the immediate time that this was placed, her family and those around her, but you could say even more on a larger scale that it would have not been accepted by many.
Beautiful. Thank you. Not beautiful, but thank you for sharing so much. Are we ready to remove it today?
Yes,
Well,
it can be removed.
very well. I'm asking the team of light now to make his previous protocol if there's anything else in the net. Make sure that we do the spark of light technique. Wake up any source spark. If there's anything else in the net, remove any implants, explants, AI. She does not consent to any dark beings or AI taking her life. Asking Archangel Michael to get ready to send the pulse of light of blue into the net. Pulse of electric blue light sent in now, disconnecting any energies from our fields. making sure that we disconnect, remove any energy devices. 3, lifting them up and out. 2, almost all the way out. And 1, fully out, fully out. Asking Michael to cut the cords between this energy and her and place everything into a triple containment bubble of source light to hold them and process them as previous protocol. This is previous protocol, please. Thank you. What color light would you like to flood in to the chakra and body to let it know that the dark beings has gone and the light has returned?
Purple.
Perfect. Beautiful. I want you to see high frequency purple flowing into your third eye chakra and into every chakra in the whole head and body that needs this color. It's beautiful purple color. It's flowing in and letting every cell know that the dark beings has gone and the light has returned. And letting every cell know that from this moment on, you will not be letting her light go to any other being than herself. We want her to have all her energy and let every cell know that the dark ones are gone and the light is returned. And make sure that all of the cells in the body is vibrating higher and higher from this moment on. I would now like for you to scan your body again. See if you can notice any other energy shouldn't be there today. Tension, pain.
I think there's something in my galactic chakra above the
Yeah,
crown.
I think so too. Asking Archangel Michael to net entirety of all our upper chakras. All of our upper chakras. Actually, yes, let net the entire body from the Earth Star chakra up to the galactic chakra, all of the upper chakras. Make sure that we have a net entirety of her, all of her chakras, entirety of her being. Make sure that everything is in the net. Asking all hidden energies be revealed at this time. Truth, who are you all? Truth, who are all of your jobs? Asking Archangel Michael to make the cuts to any masters and overlords and AI universe. She does not consent to any beings taking her light. Asking you now to connect with this energy very deeply. What do you see?
So what I was seeing before was kind of like a gremlin-y kind of elemental gargoyle type being. Um, and I'm hearing that's what it is, but now if you're getting something else, let me know.
And if this being would speak, what would it say?
Says we don't want to talk to you.
Why not? I'm so kind.
We are just here doing our job and you should mind your business.
This is my business. I am sent here with permission from Liana to remove any energies that shouldn't be there, and she does not consent to anyone being in her fields, taking her light. Tell me, how did you come to be attached to this one?
We came in when she was feeling doubt.
Tell me more.
And we wanted to keep her in doubt
Why did you want that?
because she was getting too close to her jobs.
Getting too close to her jobs. What does that mean?
Too big of a threat to us.
How come? How is she a threat to you?
She holds the knowings of when, of how to get rid of us, to cast out all the energies like us.
Yeah. And why is that a threat to you?
Because it will change us. It will get rid of us. It will stop the game that we've been playing for a long time.
Tell me more about this game.
You know of the game.
Yeah.
We do not need to,
Oh, okay. I heard it. You don't
yeah,
need to say it again. Very well. Very well. Who sent you?
we cannot reveal a name, for they are known by many. And it's not time yet for that name to be known.
Says who? Truth who sent you?
Mm. She is protecting the information too. So we cannot say yet.
How long have you been in her fields?
Not long.
Is there anything else than doubt you have been creating or doing to her?
We tried to create doubt, and it works for a while if she is already in that space and lets us create it, but otherwise we cannot do much.
Okay. Thank you for speaking with us today. She does not give permission to any dark beings taking her energy, making her doubt herself. We understand that you want to take her power because she is very gifted and very powerful indeed, yes. But that this does not give you permission to give her doubt, make her doubt herself in any way, or take her life. So we will be removing you today. I am asking the Archangel team to do the spark of light technique. Wake up the source spark with a combination of your light. Make it at 100% as big as any energy that's in the net. Make sure that there is no AIs. We disconnect any explants, implants, remove any AI, cut any cords and transmute them. They shouldn't be there to any AI hub. Asking you to make sure that we do not have any form of entities or earthbounds, parasites, or negative polarized beings. She does not consent to anyone taking her light. And if there's any earthbound spirits there today, we will be taking you back to the light today. Asking Archangel Michael to get ready to send a pulse of light into the net. Pulse of electric blue light sent in now. Disconnect any energy from our fields. 3, lifting them up and out. 2, almost all the way out. And 1, fully out. To anyone who wants to say anything to her before they leave.
No, we will go.
Asking Archangel Michael to cut any cords and transmute them so that they cannot reattach between her and these energies. Asking Michael to place all of these energies into a triple containment bubble of source light to hold them and process everything as previous protocol. Thank you so much. Asking the angels to make sure as well that we do not have any form of dark portals open. If so, please close them down. Make sure that there's no AI, no implants, no AI portals. Make sure that they're closed. Remove and transmute any possible black magic from her fields. Make sure that we return all of our soul fragments. Is it possible to ask the higher self a question already now?
Yes.
Beautiful. Do we need to do a complete aura reseal today?
Yes, but we can just ask for the angels to assist with this and do not need to go through the whole process unless you would like to do so.
I sensed that I wanted to check. Then I asked the angel to make sure that remove any possible trauma from her body. I want you to remove all generational trauma that's possible at this time. All trauma, trapped emotions, limiting beliefs, pain, fear, worry, doubt, shame, guilt, any possible negative emotion that is affecting her negatively in any way and isn't for her highest good. I want you to make sure that you remove and transmute these energies and use them somewhere else in the universe for something else to make sure that they are high frequency. And I want you to make sure that we are checking and rebooting all of the chakras so that they are the highest possible frequency. And we have balanced all the chakras, and that the aura is resealed and filled the highest frequency colors. And I want you to make sure that we fill in any possible tears in the aura and reseal it with white light so that no dark beings can come in. And to place additional band of light all the way around the aura. Is it possible for you to do this as we continue our travels today?
Yes, we will do this.
Beautiful. Very well. Can you please also make sure to remove if there's any negative habits or addictions or any healing needed as well?
Yes.
Very well. Thank you. And now I would like for you to imagine a beautiful white staircase descending down with 10 stairs, 3 traveling to time and space through a soul branch looking for the most suitable lifetime to see, 2 almost there, and 1 be there now and tell me what you see or experience.
I feel like I'm in the mountains and have on heavy clothes, uh, which may include a long cloak.
Very good. And as you look around in this new place, use all of our senses. I want you to connect very deeply now, very deeply. Tell me more about what you experience or see.
I'm a woman. I have longer hair, lighter in color. There's a river nearby. I think I'm in a forest. The colors are very deep. I think I'm looking for something in the forest. There's a boar nearby beside me. It is part of me. It helps guide me to what I'm looking for. It is known to you as a keeper of knowledge, or as you would call a familiar. And it is not known to you that these are your own beings, your own souls come to guide you to what is needed, that show up as animals or other beings. We are here to share more about this and to show you what has been twisted. We are among the AEsir and the Vanir. We are the tales that you have been told. We do not come to you now to correct them, but to shed light on the distortions of them. We are more than just tales. We are the manifestations of time, of space, of the dimensions, the galaxy, and the universe. We are the representations, the stories of understanding them. We are the organizers of a piece of the puzzles, the pieces that related to the areas they were shared with, the ways that they could understand them, the ways that they related to their culture, their templates, their blueprints of who they saw themselves as. We are one page, one chapter of how this was shared in many ways.
you for sharing that with us today. Who is speaking through her body?
This is Freya and Frigg and all of us that you would know from the Norse mythology. We are all one.
You for speaking with us today and sharing this information. Very honored to have you here. What more can you tell us about this?
We want to share that this is part of her understandings of who she is. She knows that the stories are not always true, but that they do contain their wisdom, their knowledge, and it can be seen if you are paying attention to the details. She knows that many things were made to be more outrageous, more distorted, more sensationalized than the truth. There was much wars, many disruptions in the actual happenings, but it was to teach through these disruptions how to put the pieces back together. We came as teachers in many forms, many different times and places to show this in different ways. We taught more about the balance of polarities and honoring these polarities in equal measure. But this was not imparted throughout time. We saw these teachings be misinterpreted intentionally and unintentionally. And now you are trying to find your way through these distortions back to the balance.
so much. Can you please share with us what is the truth?
The truth is of what needs to be righted now is that the feminine has been distorted, mistreated, devalued, and suppressed when there was always meant to be an equal balance of the feminine and the masculine, the creation of life on this plane has been attributed to the masculine when it does not become created without both the feminine and the masculine. It does not grow. It does not develop without the feminine. The feminine has a greater role in creation, not just on this plane, but in all planes where there is more of a combining of the energies. The creation aspects in your stories go to the masculine to give them more power. But they do not have this power. They are not the growers of life. They are the seeders of life. And this has been misinterpreted and distorted for too long.
Yes. So what is important for us to know about this? Because we completely agree.
It is important to know that this is part of the teachings, the unveiling that will happen, the realignment of these powers, of these divine aspects of self. This is part of the work now. And many of you who are here now, who are representing the feminine energy, are here now because you have agreed to do this work. And many of you wonder, you feel this energy coming back and you feel like you have to work on your feminine energy, figure out how you embody it. But that is not what is needed now. You've already done that. You've already been that. And so now you just are that. And you lead. You decide how you express it. You don't need to look to the other ways, the other templates of expressing femininity. You are it, so be it. And this soul, this one knows that it is coming soon to where there will be a reckoning is the word we want to use, but she thinks that sounds too violent, and we don't mean it in a violent way. But she knows that there will be a collective unveiling of this, a collective showing of what it is, of bringing this balance back, bringing the feminine into a more devout, she doesn't think that word makes sense, into a more balanced and respected way. And it is not just those embodying the feminine as women that will be doing this. There are many here who are holding the masculine energy who will also be working towards this. So do not get caught up in the sex that you are representing, because that is how the men, what the men did, the masculine did, as seeing their sex as superior, the one who held the power, made the decisions. Do not get caught up in that.
You for sharing this with us. So how do we embody this feminine, divine energy, no matter the sex? What is it important that we do at this time to support this?
You do not need to do anything if you are here working on this already as the divine feminine energy. The starseeds that are here doing this work, who are representing the feminine energy, do not need to do anything to embody it. They are it already. You just need to move forward on your path, on your teachings, others, talking to others, spreading information about the rebalancing, looking for where the information has been distorted, and then share it. You can help others who may not be here to lead in this way, to find their own divine feminine energy, or to heal the balance within themselves. The beings here now representing the masculine energy that is more balanced, more divine. When you feel that they are truly in this balance, then they do not need to do anything either But if they are not in balance, they will need to look at their own relationship with the feminine, with their mothers, their sisters, their partners, their daughters. How does it show up for them? How do they treat them? But not only how do they treat them, but what is mirrored by the women in this life. And then look at all the characteristics of what is feminine to them, and how does that show up in their body, in their behaviors. Where are they not in equal partnership of creation with the women in their life? Where do they not let them lead? Where do they think that they cannot go? We want to say that many of you are working on this currently. So do not get caught, do not get stuck in the work. When you feel that more is needed, you will know. But while everyone is on different timelines, on different paths, so to speak, many of you are ready to move forward with teaching this, with uncovering the information. So don't get stuck on needing to work on your own feminine aspects, your own feminine qualities, because when it is time to be done, it will be done, and you will move forward because it is what you have agreed to take on at this time. So don't worry about making sure that, well, don't obsess over making sure that your divine feminine is healed if you've already been working on it. Ask yourself or your team, is this something I need to work on? And most times they will say, no, because you are already it. But we do want you to help those that need it. But don't get stuck in your own head and your own work about what it means to embody the feminine energies, because much of what you have been told is not true, is not accurate. There is no one way to embody the feminine energy, and many of you who have been on Earth or elsewhere have spent many lives embodying it in different ways. It is about believing in, knowing your power to create, to lead, to teach, seeing yourself as the power that will bring unity to all, gathering all the pieces, all the parts, connecting the dots, and nurturing the oneness of all.
Thank you so much for sharing that. I used the wrong word. Shouldn't have said about it because we are already the divine feminine energy. So your message is for us to teach the information of the sacred feminine, to be the leaders in our true power, connecting the dots and nurturing the oneness of all.
Yes, the feminine energy is more about unifying. The masculine energy is more about the explanation, the why, the logic and reason of oneness. But there are qualities of both in all. And it is important to see that and to know that you are all multifaceted and complex, but that it will come to light what has been suppressed with the feminine. It has already been decided by the collective that this will be unveiled, that this is what is needed now.
Thank you so much for sharing that with us. You said something before about the animals, our guides. This is something that is important for her to know about the boar and keeper of knowledge.
Yes, she has a strong connection with animals, and we wanted to show her that in this way what many people refer to as a familiar, which could be a pet, is oftentimes we're not saying that many people's pets are them, but in this way, as what you would call a familiar, and in her case with her cat, which she already knows that they are you, they are a part of you that have come to support you in different ways in this life. And so we wanted to show her that in part of this journey as Freya, you could say that the boar is her cat in this life. And that they hold a piece of your knowings, of your they're like an extension of you, of a anchor or a focal point for the energies to come in, for different guidance to be received, different connections to be made, different flows of energy, whether that is through clearing or bringing in different energies. We are more excited to share that she is more connected to all animals than she realizes, and that she will notice this more as she moves forward. We are also excited to show her more of herself through these aspects of nature.
Can you tell us more?
She already knows that she has a strong connection to the elements and nature, connected to when she was in Lyra. But she has not explored this as much as she could. She does explore it a bit and notices a lot with the animals and the wind particularly, and the rain and snow, but this will be more in her awareness moving forward. We are creating the space for this to be explored.
She wanted to know more about the life of Freyja and the relationship to them. Can you share more about that?
We think that she should see more of that later, but we will say that Freya's relationship with Odin is different throughout time, different throughout different points of their journey. When she was connected to Odin, there was some tension, but also love and understanding. Odin was not all that has been told. He was more of a father figure to Freya, but also a limit, a limiter, a limit to Freya, a teacher, but also a captor sometimes. It was not of nefarious intent in the way of dark manipulation. It was more of getting caught in the ego.
Thank you for sharing that with us today. Is there anything more she needs to know at this time?
We are excited that she is exploring these different pieces of herself because they are important to her learning more about herself. And while they are in the past, they are pieces of herself that were intentionally brought forward with her into this life to give her the knowledge and the capacity for her work and her mission.
Anything else?
No,
Thank you so much for conversing with us today. We're very grateful for all of this information we have received from you at this time. So now I want you to close that scene. Close that scene. And I am going to ask you to receive with so much love and so much thanks, sharing that wisdom with us today. Is it important for her to see another scene? Or did we get all the information we needed?
you can see another scene if you would like, but it is not necessary because she can see them on her own. So we will say it is up to you.
Very well. Thank you so much. Then I'm going to ask you to receive with so much love and so much thanks. And we're going to leave that part of ourselves. We're going to leave that part of ourselves. Let me go back to the white light of source, the white light of home. And we're going to leave them there. They will continue on with their journey and find what they need. And I would like to ask for the consciousness of this one on the bed to reintegrate back into the body. And I would like to ask to speak with this one's higher self, please. May I speak with this one's higher self?
Yes.
Very good. Thank you so much for connecting with us today. Can you please share with her what more is important, if there is something more that she knows about the life of Freya and the relationship with Odin? She has a memory regarding throwing a dagger, for example. Is there something more you can share?
We can share that she had many experiences with Odin, and there was fighting between her team, her side, and Odin's side at times. And their separation, because there was a story of being united in the common goal of teaching, of love, but then the ego of both got in the way. And Freya in that life was suppressed, yes, and restricted. So she broke away from the unity that was created and formed her own side. So then the two polarities, we would say, were unified and then split. And she did fight Odin quite a bit in that life. She did throw a knife at him into his eye. So you know the story of Odin having one eye and being plucked out by crows. It was not that way. It did help Odin see in a different way, though. It was intended to do that, to give him a different perspective. But it was not known to them at the time. It did help come to a more unified understanding of which Freya and Frigg always knew, but they were defending what was their right to their own power. They are more than what is known to you. Just like you are more than what is known to you.
Is there something more you can share about that?
About which part?
At this time, is it important for her to know?
She knows much of who she is, more than what she knows now, may be too much. She has connected the dots between Freya and Artemis and Isis about what is between the lines. And she has seen above them. So she knows that, like her, that there is more to it than what they are representing on Earth. What she is curious about now is why we keep mentioning Frigg, which she already knows that this would be who she knows as one of her soul sisters in this life and in the higher realms as her sister.
Because she wanted to know why she and her sisters were born down the Isis, Artemis, and Freya line.
They chose to be born. They chose to be incarnated down this line because it would provide them with the DNA, the genetics to accommodate higher frequencies, to accommodate higher information, to help them hold the energies that they hold and the frequencies that they hold, to make it easier to access their soul.
Thank you. Does she need to know at this time about the timeline elevating to the keeper of the contracts?
The keeper of the contracts will help with many things. She knows that the keeper of the contracts are the contracts of related to creating a new earth and ascending Gaia. So she will know when it is time for certain contracts to be reviewed and looked at. She will be helping others with their contracts as well. And she will know, she will get the signs, the knowing, she will hear when it is time to look at a specific contract and know that it is time to dissolve it or change it. And then us at the higher level will work on bringing that change forward or removing the non-physical systems that were in place to allow these contracts to unfold. And there are others doing similar work, but not many. Only 3.
Do she need to know who the others are?
She will when it is time, when they are doing their part. She will know, but not right now.
Thank you. We would like to also know, first of all, we didn't ask, why did you show the lifetimes that they were shown? Is there something else regarding that?
We showed this, or allowed her to speak through, for her as Freya to speak through her, to show her this connection more, because she has seen Freya when she's been working on ancestral healing, and to Freya's energy wanted to provide the answers about the divine feminine at this time. as well as the information about nature and animals and pets.
Thank you so much. Are they three separate lines or one and the same? Like the same person known by different names?
It is both. It is both three genetic lines and also the same soul at different times. There have been multiple souls who have taken on the roles or the archetypes of different deities, but it is both. There have been different genetic lines and different, but so the same soul in different genetic lines at different times, or different souls in the same genetic line at different times. Does that make sense?
Are you saying that the same soul can be in the same timeline?
Well,
Yes.
yes, the
Yes.
same soul can be in different forms, different incarnations in the same reality, the same timelines and the same realities. But we're saying that, well, let us see. If Isis, Artemis, and Freya, the same timeline for her. No, they were not the same timelines for her, but we are saying that. So let's say Isis, because she is the most familiar with Isis. So Isis, let's say, was incarnated in a human vessel 3 times on Earth. These 3 times were different souls, different periods of time in your calendar. Isis also had holographic forms that were manifested to guide or teach or assist. And some of the same 3 souls that incarnated as Isis on Earth also held these holographic forms. But in addition to that, there were also 3 other souls that have taken on these holographic manifested forms of these deities, this deity to assist, teach, or guide in some way. So there are genetic lines of some deity figures, but some of the higher dimensional souls have taken on roles of many deity or ascended master figures at different times. And sometimes they switch. Sometimes they will incarnate in different roles or different members of that culture to experience something else.
Sharing that with us. Is there anything more about making oracle cards? So why she's being pushed to do that right now?
She knows that she is being pushed to do that because at first it would activate certain knowings, and now she's done that part. So now we're still pushing her to finish them because it will help her down the line. She is having a hard time understanding how it will help her in the way that we mean, but she will see, and we will just let it unfold the way that it should. And she should just enjoy making them and creating them and playing with them and see what happens.
Beautiful. What was her role when she lived in Delphi?
She was a teacher of connection and knowledge. She helped teach the people of Delphi the ways of connection to the earth and to oneness through movement and through voice. And through going inward. She also would have been known as a type of priest at this time. She was very respected and very kind to all.
Thank you. She would also like to know if there is a collective message that you would like to share.
We would like to share that much is coming in the near future, both in terms of challenges and in terms of gifts and play. But if you stay in your knowings of who you are and in your belief of self and your love of self and of others, the challenges will not affect you in the way that they will affect others. We want to show all that you are still on the right track. You've always been on the right track. And you do not need to force or resist what is coming. Just allow and find your own place of gratitude and love, acceptance and openness to create what you wish to become, what you wish the world to become. She knows that there are or that her mission is to bring forth a more gentle ascension, and that this does not mean longer or slower process. That if you are grounded in your ability to create, your belief and love to create, that you can bring forth your own ascension just as quickly as an ascension that would be more violent, more chaotic, and that while some tap into this more chaotic timeline and speak from this perspective, that they would not be here if they were not also here to bring forth a more gentle ascension. That there are multiple experiences that different souls have chosen, but that the highest timeline is for a way that is easier. It won't be all roses and all the time. They're showing me like floating down a river. It won't be like floating down a river all the time, that there will be disruption and there will be some confusion, but overall, the timelines can range from a more gentle experience to a more violent one. It depends on where you are at personally, because you'll all have your own experiences, but what you perceive outwardly will depend on the collective choices that have been made.
You for sharing that with us. And when you say that we will perceive outwardly what the collective has decided, is there something more we need to know about that?
So you could perceive a chaotic experience for masses of people, different groups, but you will not be affected by it if that is what you have chosen.
Thank you so much for sharing that with us. Is there anyone in the lifetime we saw today with Freyja that they are incarnated with today?
Yes, she knows who Frigg is since our explanation.
Yes.
Odin, we would say she is also incarnated, or that they are around as well, but it will be revealed, she will know who that is soon if she needs to.
Can I ask you to do a scan of this one's physical and nerdy bodies and tell me if there's any more entities or entities attached that shouldn't be there?
No,
Is there any healing or help required by a physical body?
it is healing as it should be.
Is all our chakras spinning and open as it should be, with aura all intact?
Yes, they are all intact.
Is there any upgrades she can benefit from today?
Yes, we are giving her some upgrades slowly.
Thank you so much. Is there any AI implants, explant, anything else isn't for our highest and best good that we can take out today?
No. I feel like they want to ask you something, but I keep hearing we want to ask her to keep or to take. We want to ask you to take off a maybe a curse. Take off a curse or block on the third eye. I think I'm like blocking it a little bit what they're wanting to ask, but
Is there a block, a curse, contracts, agreements, hex, oaths, anything that is blocking her third eye that we can remove today or anywhere else on her?
yes, there is a curse on the third eye that was placed by you in another life, and we just need your permission to remove it.
I got the sense. When did I place that? Yes, I give you full permission to remove that. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. She understands. Um, it was placed in a lifetime, on the same lifetime where she also cursed you. There was a lot of finger pointing in that life, a lot of energy directed towards others that created blocks, but don't worry, it was all necessary at the time.
Where can I ask, were I also a witch then who put that hex on her?
What was that?
Was I a witch then if I put that hex on her? And when was this?
So we want to clarify that you do not have to be a witch to curse or hex someone, but in that life, there were persecutions of witches going on that you were practicing magic in the sense that you were messing with or manipulating energy, but everyone works with energy. You knew how to do this more intentionally than others, and you were practicing healing and other practices that were believed to be witchcraft. This was in Spain, in the in the around the 10th century, we would say, much earlier than you would expect, perhaps.
Yes. Very makes sense. I'm so sorry if I made anything else towards her, affecting her in any other way. I'm so sorry. I love you dearly. I'm sorry. And we can remove any commitment out of vows, fealties, communities, swearings, bindings, bounding contracts, or any hexes I've ever put on you. So sorry. Can we please remove, recant, rescind, renounce, denounce, destroy, and uncreate any commitments, contracts, oaths, vows, agreements that is affecting her today? Anything else?
Yes. Uh, there's nothing else to remove at this time.
Well, thank you so much for sharing that with me today. And us and her, of course. Is there any negative energy cords that we need to remove today?
There are not. We have cut the cords that needed to be cut.
Thank you. Is there any addiction, phobias, limiting beliefs, black magic, anything else we can remove today affecting her?
No.
Thank you so much. Is there any final message for this one?
We are just very proud, as always, to help and see you keep learning about yourself and to be integrating the information. And we just want you to know how important it is, how excited we are for you to keep going and to see what is next. We're all supporting you, although sometimes you do not need our support as much as you think you do.
Thank you so much for sharing that with her. I'm also very proud of her. Can I ask you to keep upgrading the body, continue with any healing that may be needed over as long as needed in her sleep state, more than 3 nights if needed.
Yes.
Beautiful. Keep upgrading and supporting her when she's sleeping, making sure that she has no pain so she can be a stable, healthy light worker in this world. Is there any final message? Anything else? Or are we complete?
We are complete. We
Thank you.
thank you for your support and assistance.
Thank you. Always here for her. In all the lifetimes playing with her. Thank you so much for coming through today and conversing with me and us. Thank you so much for all the help, the healing, and so much wisdom that you have provided today. And now I'm asking the higher self to receive with so much love, so much thanks, and to recede back into the time, space, reality, dimension, location, which they belong to with so much love, so much thanks. When this one wakes up from this session today, she's going to feel fantastic, rejuvenated, re-energized, energy coursing throughout the body. Notice a very high frequency, even higher frequency than ever due to the connection made with the team, the higher self today, and with Freya. And you will feel fantastic. You will feel grounded, stable, strong, and so loved. So confident. You will feel so confident. You will know your power. You will feel confident in all areas of life because you know who you are. You will not doubt yourself from this day forward. You know your power. You know how powerful you are. And you know that you are a strong leader here to make a mark in this world, here to share your gifts in this world. And whenever if you have ever doubted yourself again, you will know that that is not you. You are not doubting yourself because you know your power. You know how powerful you truly are. And we have removed some energies today that was affecting you, giving you self-doubt, affecting your stomach, affecting your third eye, and you will have no issues from this day forward. With that, you will feel confident and you will feel so loved, so loved. So in a moment, I'm going to count to 10. And on the count of 10, you will be wide awake, feeling wonderful, fantastic, all over. You will feel amazing. You will feel abundant in all areas of life because you are so abundant. You're rich in all levels of life. And you will feel better and better every day. You will feel more rich, more abundant each day. You know that you are successful and you deserve all good things in life. So 1, 2, feeling the breathing become a little faster. 3, 4, beginning to move the legs and arms around. 5, 6, becoming aware of the room you're in. 7, 8, coming up nicely now. Nicely now. And 9, 10, wide awake, feeling wonderful all over. Welcome back.